can you tell me what is the overall objective of normalization in the database? Not everybody is able to think of different algorithm patterns that they can implement to solve the problem.
I have problem in DSA, so like how to start that.
So yeah, Priya, I graduated from IIT Roorkee 4 years back, and then I worked in a couple of startup and MNC. I started my journey from Oyo, where I worked for almost 2 to 2.5 years. I worked there on a front-end tech stack, the React primarily one. Then I moved to a earlier stage startup just to know how things work at an like at a scratch level. And the recent experience that I hold is of an MNC, that is ServiceNow. It's based out of US, and my job location is in Hyderabad. So yeah, that's a very quick summary about me. Would you like to give a small intro about yourself?
Yes, sir. So I'm Priya, sir. I'm a final year B.tech student from University UCET Bikaner, Rajasthan. I
Okay.
am a person like who is like really willing to work on new technologies and always searching for that. I'm a team player, and I had like I did various projects in my like course during my coursework or like I'm doing currently out in order to learn new technologies and all. Apart
Mhm.
from that, my hobbies are traveling and photography. Yeah, that's a small.
Would you like to discuss some of your projects or any one particular project,
Yes,
which
sir.
is your major one and all?
So like I currently right now like I during my second year or after my second year like completion I did an internship in web designing technology, though I learned the very basic technologies that are like the basic one HTML CSS bootstrap, like initial one JavaScript. So I
Mhm.
created this is a kind of like my internship project after my second year. So in this
Okay.
project I created a resume builder site. It has like very basic functionalities such as login, sign up, and like filling up various forms. What I did is like I created a single form which a single page which contains all the part or the sections, for example, that are required in the resume, the education part, the experience. So and I used SQL as my database for the site. I use PHP and SQL for the backend part. So
Okay.
this is the like brief about my project that I did after my second year.
May I know your favorite data structure or algorithms? Like obviously the data structure that you can tell at this point. Which one is
So
your favorite data structure?
Sir, I basically right now learning the basics, and I have idea about all, but I think array and linked list.
Okay. Okay. We'll
Yeah.
come to the question on the array and linked list. Before that, let's have some of the comparative study. Like let's suppose that I am looking for a data structure. The data structure, it could be array, linked list, or any sort of things. Just you have to tell me a comparative study, like okay, which one will be optimal for considering all these four operations. So I'm looking for a data structure where below four operations are done optimally. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So first is adding new element. Second is that deleting an element. Third is searching an element, let's say X to say. And the fourth is getting one random element from the available elements. So just to give you an example, let's suppose if you are taking an array, okay, and this is the array of let's say 1, 2, 3, and yeah, let's say we are taking a sorted example to make it a bit simpler. Okay, so let's suppose this is my array. To add a new element, I just have to create a double size array or kind of have to replicate that array, right? That is
Yes,
one
sir.
part. For
Yes, sir.
deleting an element, it's almost again the same format. For searching an element, if it is sorted, then you can do the binary search, and if it is not, then you will do a linear search. And
Yes, sir.
getting one random element from the available, it is something that okay, from this you can pick any random element. The thing is that after let's suppose I delete 3 from here. So my remaining array is left out here. Now, if I ask for my fourth operation, then it should consider from the available elements which are left out. That means it should consider from 1, 2, 4, and 5. Now, my question is, I'll come to the original part that I am looking for a data structure, and I'm approaching you to help me understand that which data structure would be a best fit, which can cater all these four operations. Take a
Yes, sir.
time, try to compare all the data structures that you have read so far or you can think of, And yeah, then we will see like, okay, in the time complexity and the space complexity, what is the best thing that could come up and all.
So, like for the first two, that is like adding and deleting operation, linked list is better as in comparison of array, because if we because array is a fixed size of data structure that we have to
Hmm.
first define the size. Like if it is a 5 element array, so it size get fixed. While in case of a linked list, we can add any number of elements
Hmm.
because it contains pointer to the next node. So for the first two, I think linked list is better as in comparison to array. And for
Okay.
searching, yes, sir.
Yeah, P, I'll just stop you a bit in middle. Like usually we give the feedbacks towards the end, but in some of the cases, if the interview is going a bit in and off track, so we give the feedback small in the middle as well. So whenever you're explaining about that this is better than this is better than that, always
Yes,
try to
yes,
compare it with the time and space complexity possible. It becomes very helpful for the interviewer also that, okay, you are taking to account the actual complexity, big O notations. Okay.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So now can you explain that the same thing in the terms of the time complexity, like adding an element will be a big O of n or whatever it would be, so that we get a little more idea in that way.
Yes, sir. So, like the addition operation, whenever an addition operation is done in an array, so firstly, the array is like fixed size, so this cannot be done. But if we are doing an addition operation, so the element will come at the last. So we have to traverse the full array. So in this case, the time complexity will be like a big O of n. So we have to like travel or traverse the whole array, and after that, we have to insert that element.
I think you must have gone through the computer science courses as well, right? The
Yes, sir.
the common one like database management system and the operating system and all, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's talk about bit about the database. So can you tell me what is the overall objective of normalization in the database?
Yes, sir. So basically, like we use that particular operation to the normalization is performed in that case when it's like the last concepts like the transactions, and in that case it is used. We'll you basically use normalization to get a particular set or a particular set of values, like if we consider a table. So for obtaining the keys, and also in that case it is used. Like there are various
Okay, what is the
techniques.
difference between a normal table and a normalized set of tables? What is the difference?
Okay.
What is the main objective? Why people say that, okay, just normalize the table? Why did they say that part?
So like in basic like in a table, like there are different columns. So like in order to get if there is a query or any kind of random query, so in that case, like in case of normalization table, we can like reduce the data of that table, or we can obtain the particular amount of data that is required for the for the query and all, which is required in that case.
So yeah, I think I'm done from my side. It was really nice mock interview with you, Priya. So do you have any feedback or any questions from your end?
So, sir, I have basically questions because I'm like I prepared the theoretical part and I'm like working on the coding part as well. But the thing is,
Mhm.
like, I know the DSA concepts, but like I know like I already talked to like ma'am to like I have problem in DSA. So like how to start that? Though it's very late to ask this question. Though I know the idea of DSA and all, like I implemented or you coded basic questions, but I want to know like how to start and like to reach at least like at that level that is asked in the interviews and all, because they'll definitely ask me to code or either like for logic of an DSA or related questions. So how to so
Yeah.
yeah.
So before I answer that question, first of all, I can give a very quick feedback on that part that your problem solving skills is really nice. But your coding skills is almost in a opposite direction in the same manner. Okay. Coming to the part that problem solving skills, not everybody is able to think of different algorithm patterns that they can implement to solve the problem. But yeah, if you can, then you should go with the next step, which is comes to the coding part. When it says about the coding part, the best thing is that rather than solving 100 problem with a similar concept, like similar binary search concept or a similar binary search tree concept, rather solve 25 problems with diverse problem statement, with diverse applications. Some could be a mixture of hashing and an array. Some could be a mixture of a hashing like an array list and maybe a binary tree or whatever it could be. So yeah, if I just summarize the answer to your question is that first of all, solve more diverse problem. And when I say solve, that means don't keep the solution to your head only. Try to put it in the codes. Make sure all the test cases are passing. And once you have completed that solution, the very effective thing that I can tell you from the placement perspective is just mug up that solution. it will help you in some or other way. But never let the interviewer know that you have already memorized this solution